Morning everybody. So I am Shubhadeep Ghosh from Calcutta National Medical College, and I will discuss here about the various movement of the shoulder joint and their muscles involved and the nerve supply of the shoulder joint. So it is pretty complex. I know that it is very much pretty complex to remember the various muscles of the shoulder joint. In my when I was in the first year, I thought it very much difficult, but there is a simple tricks. If we see that the muscles involved in the shoulder joint movement, it is very easy, right? And it will surely very much important for your clinical posting in the orthopedic. Okay, so the shoulder joint is a multi-axial joint. It has 6 basic movement, right? So what are those movement? The abduction, adduction, flexion, extension, and the lateral and medial rotation. So let's demonstrate. So first I'll do the abduction. Abduction means away from the body. That means 0 to 15 degree abduction. This is 0 to 15 degree. This is 0 to 15 degree by supraspinatus. 15 to 90 degree deltoid muscle. Deltoid muscle is taut. And 90 to 180 degree the serratus anterior. See, the serratus anterior is taut. Okay, so 0 to 15 degree supraspinatus, 15 to 90 degree is the deltoid, 90 to 180 degree is the serratus anterior. Now coming to the adduction. Adduction means towards the body, towards the midline of the body. That means pectoralis major is contracting, pectoralis major muscle. Latissimus dorsi is contracting. So latissimus dorsi, both these muscles are attached to the bicipital groove, we know that. Okay, and the short head of the biceps brachii and the long head of the triceps. So short head of the biceps and the long head of the triceps, the pectoralis major muscle and the latissimus dorsi will cause the adduction of the shoulder joint. Now coming to the extension of the shoulder joint. So extension is the posterior fiber of the deltoid and the latissimus dorsi. So latissimus dorsi will causes the abduction, the adduction and the external rotation of the shoulder joint. Now coming to the flexion of the shoulder joint. So this is the flexion of the shoulder joint. Okay, flexion. I am flexing the shoulder joint. So flexion is caused by which muscles? The anterior fiber of the deltoid and the pectoralis major muscle. Okay. Now the lateral rotation. I have remembered like this: PIT. For medial rotation it is PALT. For lateral rotation is PIT. P for posterior fiber of the deltoid, I for infraspinatus, and T for teres minor. And for the medial rotation it is PALT. That means pectoralis major muscle, anterior fiber of the deltoid, latissimus dorsi, okay, and the teres major muscle. So this is all about the muscles of the shoulder joint movement. So now coming to the nerve supply. So which nerve will supply to the which muscles? So we have the rotator cuff muscle. So rotator cuff muscle is the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, and the subscapularis muscle and the teres minor muscle. These 4 muscles are the rotator cuff muscle. Supraspinatus muscle will originate from the medial 2/3 of the supraspinous fossa, and it will insert into the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, and the teres minor muscle. All these 3 muscles insert into the greater tubercle of the humerus. Greater tubercle of the humerus. There are impression. Okay, they are originated from suprascapular is originated from suprascapular fossa, medial 2/3 of the suprascapular fossa. The infrascapular muscle is originated from infrascapularis muscle is originated from infrascapular fossa, the medial 2/3. Okay, so suprascapular fossa, infrascapular fossa, these two are in the dorsal side of the scapula. In the costal side of the scapula, that is the ventral side of the scapula, there is a subscapularis fossa. So from the subscapularis fossa, the medial 2/3 of the subscapularis fossa, there arise from the subscapularis muscle. Okay, this subscapularis muscle will attach into the lesser tubercle of the humerus. Okay, and the Teres minor is attached in the dorsal surface but in the lateral border, upper two-third of the lateral border of the dorsal surface of the scapula, the teres minor muscle is originated, and it is attached to the greater tubercle. So these muscles are the rotator cuff muscle. And what is the nerve supply? So all these muscles of the superior extremities are basically supplied by the brachial plexus and their nerve. So brachial plexus is from C5 to T1. We all know that. It has trunk, it has root, it has cords. So it is pretty complex. If we remember just 3 root, we will complete the brachial plexus in all. That is C5, C6, C5, C7 and C8, T1. So C5, C6, C5, C7 and C8, T1. Okay. From C5, C6, there are 2 things we have to remember. Is it from the cord, that is the posterior cord, or is it from the trunk? If it is from the trunk, then it has 2 nerve, that is the subclavius nerve and the subscapular nerve. Suprascapular nerve, suprascapular nerve. So suprascapular nerve arises from the trunk of the C5, C6 root valve. Okay. Suprascapular nerve will supply to which muscle? The supraspinatus 0 to 15 degree abduction and the infraspinatus, that is the lateral rotation. Now coming to the subclavius nerve. Subclavius nerve will supply the subclavius muscle. Now coming to the posterior cord. So for the posterior cord, you have to remember three muscles. Is it from the upper subscapular, or is it from the lower subscapular, or is it from the axillary nerve? So upper subscapular and the lower subscapular, these 2 nerves will supply the subscapularis muscle. But the lower subscapular supply to the teres major muscle also. It will supply the subscapularis muscle as well as teres major muscle. Axillary nerve will supply the deltoid muscle and the teres minor muscle. So these muscles are supplied by this nerve, that is the upper subscapular, lower subscapular and the axillary nerve, which are originated from the posterior cord of the C5, C6 root valve. So axillary nerve will also have C5, C6 root value. The upper subscapular nerve will also have C5, C6 root value. Lower subscapularis nerve will also have C5, C6 root value. The subclavius nerve will also have the C5, C6 root value. But they are from the trunk. The subclavius nerve and the suprascapular nerve is from the trunk, but having the root value of C5, C6. Now coming to the second thing, that is the C5, C7. So C5, C7 has 2 things, that is it from the lateral cord or is it from the root? If it is from the root, then it is the long thoracic nerve. The long thoracic nerve or the nerve to serratus anterior. We know the serratus anterior 90 to 180 degree abduction. So nerve to serratus anterior. Secondly, the lateral cord. From the lateral cord there are 3 nerves. Is it lateral pectoral nerve, which will supply the pectoralis major muscle, or is it the musculocutaneous nerve, which will supply the brachialis muscle, the coracobrachialis and the biceps brachii muscle, or is it the lateral cord of the median nerve or the lateral root of the median nerve? Okay. So median nerve has 2 roots, lateral root and the medial root. So this is the lateral root of the median nerve, having the root value of the C5 to C7. Okay. Now lastly, C8T1. It is only one, that is the medial cord. So medial cord has a C8T1 root value. And what are the nerves arising from the medial cord? The medial pectoral nerve, which is supply the pectoralis major muscle. The medial cutaneous nerve of the arm and the forearm, which is supply the cutaneous supply, that is the touch, pain, sensation, all this. And lastly, the median root of the median nerve. The medial root of the medial nerve and the lateral root of the median nerve together forms the median nerve. Now, only C5 is the nerve to rhomboideus or the dorsal scapular nerve. Nerve to rhomboideus, only C5, nothing is that, only C5. Now, if we add C5 with C8T1, that means C5, C6, C7, C8, T1, all these are radial nerve. And if we add C7, C8, T1, it will be ulnar nerve. So brachial plexus is very easy. It is not complex if we remember these three root values, that is the C5, C6, C5, C7 and C8, T1. Adding C5, adding C7 and adding only C5. So this is all about the muscles of the shoulder joint and the movements of the shoulder joint, that is the various movements and the nerve supply of the shoulder joint. It is very much important in your clinical scenario. When we see the patient, it will be asked in your NEET questions, that is a patient complain of such and such, okay, his which muscles is paralyzed, okay, his anterior shoulder dislocation is there, so which muscle will be paralyzed, which will be their nerve supply, which will be their root values, okay. So it is from basic concept in the orthopedics. If you see, the basic concept of anatomy will be there. So it is all about the shoulder joint. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel and click the bell icon and share. Comment is very much necessary in my channel, so please subscribe and share my channel. Thank you.